Deborah once came to me in tears and said, "I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I say to my partner, Dan, that I want to tell him something very important. I begin to tell him how I feel about something he did that hurt me. And then he butts in without allowing me to finish what I'm saying. And he says to me that I'm wrong for feeling the way that I do. And what so many of us long for, more than anything else, is to be noticed and validated. We want to be able to tell our partners what we want to say and be our real selves for someone else to be able to see us in all our glory. We want to be able to just say, I love you. We want them to be able to just say, I love you just the way we are. We want someone who can hear our pain and wipe away our tears, and to be there when we're sad and when we're rejoicing, and really just be there for us in every way. No one wants to feel they have to justify themselves. And we expect that the person that we love the most to consider our opinion as valid. And subconsciously, we tell ourselves that they should have our back and not make us feel crazy when we have to justify some outlandish idea. And the crazy thing is, even though most of us deep down want to be with someone who notices us and believes in us, how many of us actually have the guts to really find out what's really important to us and to be able to express these ideas to ourselves, and then to be able to confidently express this to the one that we love? After working with Deborah and Dan for a while, I got to see how the nature of their dynamic meant that they couldn't have conversations where each could fully express themselves and be heard. The more that Deborah tried to express her feelings of insecurity that related to Dan, the more that Dan's insecurity button got fired up. And the more this button got fired up, the more defensive he became. And so the more defensive that he became, the more Deborah then felt unheard and unimportant. And the more unimportant she felt, the more she would withdraw. And she would stop sharing because she saw no point in trying to share with him. And this dynamic is then fueled by their insecurities and the need to be seen and to be understood, but also the fear of being seen and understood. For those of us who are looking for love, how many of us can truly be vulnerable enough to share ourselves with someone else fearlessly, without concerns of being judged or criticized? And for those of us who are already in a relationship, how many of us can confidently express our thoughts and beliefs and opinions to the person we love? Wanting to be noticed and being able to express ourselves clearly and having our message received is one of the greatest challenges I find in many of the clients and couples I work with, both individuals looking for love and those who are already married or in a relationship. So what gets in the way of us being seen and understood by the love of our life? The answer is fear. Fear of being seen. For so many, the fear of truly being seen and recognized and acknowledged is also associated with being hurt and rejected and even misunderstood. The fear that the person we love the most in the world is going against what is most important to us, standing up to us, challenging us. So many of us have been hurt by the people who were closest to us growing up, our parents, our grandparents, teachers, friends. And we were either ignored or neglected, or were even just given negative attention. And this causes the very thing that we want, to be seen by our partner, to also be the thing that absolutely terrifies us. And for those of us who didn't receive positive attention during our formative years, we can sometimes only associate being noticed with negativity. And there is something that's built into each of us that wants to receive love and attention. However, this also causes a dilemma. We want to be noticed, but because we associate it with fear, we pull back, we withdraw, or we fight for it, we pursue. And this whole conundrum creates a whole double bind and gets in the way of our being able to move forward in so many areas of our lives. And in particular, it most deeply impacts our romantic relationships. When we can't decide whether we want to be seen or not, the way that we express ourselves becomes unclear. And as a consequence, the less our partner really understands us. And this creates a whole lot of frustration. And we can just feel we feel that our partner just doesn't care about us. And the cycle then unravels and spins out of control into a dynamic where we accuse our partner of not understanding us, not getting us, rather than really taking responsibility for how we feel, what we want to express, and how we want to be understood. We can lash out at our partners for just not figuring us out. And we tell ourselves that if they really loved us, they would understand us better. And if they were really the right one, they would just get me. And sadly, this isn't true. By unhooking ourselves from the dilemma of wanting to be seen and at the same time being afraid of being seen, we could then stand firmly and allow ourselves to receive the kind of attention we most crave and deserve from our partner. If you'd like to learn more about how to overcome this negative cycle, check out my next video, What Creates the Double Bind That Gets in the Way of Finding and Keeping Love. And if you'd like to receive more of my videos, don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe, and that'll send these videos right into your inbox, and you'll be able to know about all my future videos. And of course, you could check out my website, which will appear right after this video. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, the best compliment you can give me is a like or a share, and don't forget to hit the bell once again.